Well, I was really, really proud of the way our players competed in the game. We certainly needed to respond, and I think the players responded the right way. Played a 60-minute game, sort of dominated the game the way we'd like to play. I think it's the way you want to play on the road. It's the way you control the crowd. And I thought our guys did a really, really good job of that. We had a good week this week. It was good preparation, good focus. I think the big thing that our players, and I told them this after the game, don't want to forget how you felt last week because you responded the right way. So let's make sure we continue to build on what we just did, and got a lot of tough games coming up, so we want to focus on improvement. But did unbelievably well on third down. Offensively, I think we're like 12 for 16 on third down. I thought the defense did a really good job in the game. 3 picks were great. Red zone defense was great. Really got to play these guys and not give up explosive plays. We gave up a couple, but for the most part did a really good job. Affected the quarterback positively with 3 and 4 and 5 guys rushing. So the multiples were probably good for us, and I think our players did a really good job of executing the plan. So worked out really good. We had really good balance on offense, so really pleased with the way we performed in the game.
Okay, with that, we'll start in here with Chris Walsh. Chris, go ahead.
What do you credit for just the change in attitude, if you will?
You ever get humbled? I think humility is a great thing for all of us to have. I think sometimes when you have success, it's human nature to sometimes think you don't have to continue to do things the right way, create the right habits. You get sloppy, and then the redemption is not good, which we learned last week. So these guys have a lot of pride. There's a lot of culture, in the program here that our fans, our former players, people in the organization, people at the university expect us to compete at a certain level. We call it the Bama standard. So I thought we did that. We did it for 60 minutes. We didn't get relieved. We didn't relax in the game, this is really the first time all year that we really have done this the way we'd like to do it.
We'll stay in the room here with Nick.
On Thursday, I think you talked about how important turnovers are. Just what do you guys maybe do differently in practice, or just did things just work out better in terms of creating turnovers in this game?
No, the guys did a really good job. When they're in 4 wideouts all the time, the formation variables are not that great. So we could play multiple coverages and make adjustments to what they were doing. And the players did a really good job of executing it. I think affecting the quarterback probably gets them to throw balls that you get chances to intercept. I think when Josh Jobe intercepted it, we were showing up in the box like we were blitzing. Rolled out and played cover 2. Guy threw a fade to the guy, and Josh Jobe was playing cover 2. So when you can mix things up like that and create some confusion, I think sometimes that helps. It was a new trips coverage that we played in this game, called it Thief, the one Battle intercepted and scored a touchdown on. So our players did a really good job. They knew what the patterns are going to be relative to the formations and the receiver locations, and they did a good job of playing them.
Okay, we'll go to Mike.
You mentioned after last year's game that the defense from Mississippi State really tries to keep everything in front of them. How much of that did you see tonight, and what still allowed some of the big plays that we're able to make?
I'm sorry, I didn't really
Mississippi
understand.
State defense last year, you mentioned, really kept everything in front of them, but you still were able to get some big plays tonight. Just how much of that same defense did you see there?
Well, but the big plays, last year the big plays we made against them, we threw the ball over their head. The big plays we made today, we caught the ball and ran with it. And because we took a couple shots early in the game and they really played soft, but J-Mo's long run was nothing but a curl, and because they were playing off of him, he was able to catch it and run with it. And so I think that's how we made the explosive plays today. I think our play action game was good. We still struggled sometimes with our protection. Got sacked a couple times, but I was really pleased with the way our guys sort of caught it and ran with it and made some explosive plays.
Okay, we'll go on the Zoom to Cecil.
I'm sorry?
Cecil, go ahead. Cecil, this time to you.
Coach, you mentioned several positive areas. They got into the red zone 3 times in the first half. You were able to hold the field goals all 3 times. How much does that set a tone defensively?
Well, I think it was, I think if you don't give up big plays, you play well in the red zone, and you get off the field on 3rd down, then you get hard to score on. So the way we played the game today, we knew that when the field shrunk, it would be harder for them to work the field. And we played a lot of split safety coverages down in the red zone, which if they can run the ball, you're a little more apprehensive to do that. But it makes them harder. It makes it harder for them to pass. And we also got some good pressure on the quarterback when in the red zone, so that also helped. But I think the players, this is the best we've played in the red zone. So I was really pleased. We had a good plan, and the players did a good job executing it.
We'll go to Michael Casagrande on Zoom. Michael, unmute and go ahead.
Yeah, I know sacks aren't the most important stat, but you guys had 7, 4 for Will Anderson tonight, and a couple of them in the red zone. What was so important about the way you guys rushed the passer tonight?
Well, I think that the fact that we rushed 3 guys a lot, and we rushed 4 guys a lot, and didn't really rush 5 guys a whole lot at all, shows that those guys did a really, really good job of, especially in the 4-man rush, of creating pressure, affecting the quarterback. And that's the key to the game, because if you got to start trying to pressure these guys, every time we pressure with 5 guys, the ball came out so fast, run a little slant, so you don't have a chance to get to the quarterback. But when you can rush with 4 and play split safety coverage and 5 under man and match patterns, the quarterback holds the ball, and the pressure is good. But I thought Will did an outstanding job out there pressuring the quarterback. He actually, we had the quarterback a couple other times when he got away from us, but it affects him. And I think, that was as big a part of the game as anything.
We'll finish with a follow-up from Chris.
You mentioned red zone. You had 3rd and 1 at the 1, and you called timeout, and then ran a very different formation play. Can you kind of walk us through what happened there?
You just said, you walked yourself through it. We had a play called. We called timeout. We changed the play.
Did you see something you didn't like, or?
You want to know the truth? I'm not going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. So, it's one of the things about, I said this earlier, when you go fast and you're using signs and you're going no huddle, those plays get called and those signs go up and those signals start. It's really hard to change plays unless you call timeout.
Is that especially true on the road?
And last week we didn't call timeout. This week we did.